Welcome back, everybody. Part 2 of our interviews here at the Hangar, and I'm very excited to be joined by Jayden Laverde. Hello, mate.
How you going?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Yeah, good. Going well.
Season 10 of AFL footy for you. Are you a veteran now?
I would have thought so. 10 years is a long time playing AFL footy. I guess if you said to me at the start of my career you could be playing for 10 years, I'd take that any day. So I'm probably one of the older ones now, which is good, and I feel like I've got a lot more to give though.
Yep. How's this pre-season feeling compared to some of the other ones you've done?
Honestly, it's probably the best my body's felt in a few years. I've just had some niggles here and there in the last few years that I've had to deal with in pre-seasons. But I've actually got through a fair chunk of work this year, and I think that's going to hold me in good stead for the season. Nice.
What's your personal goals for this year? If you're going to write some stuff down before round one and go, this is what I want to achieve, what's on the list?
I think I'm just adapting to a bit of a new role. Obviously, we've got some new personnel in. Benny's obviously going to play on those bigger guys, which is good for me. Obviously, I have done that in the past, but I'm just concentrating on transitioning into a bit of a different role and being able to help the team as much as we can. But obviously, I want to stay injury-free and durable throughout the whole year, and it'll give me a good chance to have a good year. And obviously, I want to go a step further and improve my game and take it to a new level.
How's it going playing with Ben? Because, as you mentioned, you've had to play on the Monsters along with Ridley the last few years, and it can be pretty tough. Now you've got him to take those, real big guys. What's your role sort of looking like now?
Benny's been great. Obviously, since he's come to the club, he's a great lad, and it's fitting quite well. He's obviously a big boy, so it does help, and he's got a fair bit of size on me. So obviously a good matchup for those bigger guys, your Hawkins types and your Lynch types. So, he's been great, and I guess that means that I get to play a little bit smaller and but be ready to take some guys if that means be coming through. So I guess just being able to be versatile in how I play. If I play tall, small, just being able to play on a mixture of guys, and I think getting my body right for that and being able to impact wherever the team needs me.
Do you think we might see you pushing up higher up the ground at times this season? Because obviously in the last couple of years you've often been one of the deepest defenders, taking the opposition's deep forwards. Do you think we might see you push up and maybe have a crack from 50 like Red Dog does sometimes?
It would be nice. I think I've got to transition my game into that type of style a little bit more now, playing a bit more of a mid-layer, playing on a mixture of smalls too. So I might find myself in those positions coming up the ground and transitioning up the ground a lot more with those smaller type players. So, definitely could see myself up there. But just like I said, just being versatile and being able to play on a range of people.
What aspects have you been working on specifically to try and improve on that? Is it is it matchups? Is it kicking? Like what sort of stuff has been the focus this window?
Yeah. So more so just matchup wise. I've been playing on a lot of different players. Obviously, got some new players and we've got a lot of good smalls around at the moment, so I've been playing a little bit on Gresham at training, been trying to just work out some third tall stuff, so like caddy and those type of things, so they're obviously a bit different and takes different niches to be able to play on those guys and taking care of them a little bit more in D50. They're pretty crafty and pretty nifty around goals, so it's just different ways to play them guys. I've just been trying to focus on and then whilst that, just trying to transition up the ground a little bit more and get involved and help with our offence.
Do you have a preference, taking a big guy versus a small guy? Like, if you had to choose someone who's a lot shorter than you or someone a lot taller than you, what would you pick?
I feel like I'm actually in that good range. I feel like I'm quick enough to go with the smaller guys and I'd have them on strength, and then I'd use my speed to play on the bigger guys, really. So I think I'm in between and able to play on both, so I back myself to beat both types of players.
Nice. You mentioned the new faces. We've obviously spoken about Ben, but who are the guys that are really impressing you so far on the track?
I think most of the boys would have said Sammy Durham's taken it to another level this year, and I feel like he's had a great pre-season. He's obviously got his body in ripping nick. He's transitioned to the midfield a lot more, and I think there's a lot of growth in his game to come this year, and he's probably one that stands out the most for me. But
from the new guys, what about them?
The new guys, I think just obviously I've trained mostly with Gresham and went away with him, so he's obviously putting in some great work coming into the club, and he seems super committed and really realistic about how he can go. So we know he's a great player. We know he's super smart and great with the footy. So he's been showing it at training, and he looks the goods.
Tell me a bit about Arizona. What stuff have you taken away from there and learnt from that pre-season camp?
Yeah, it was actually a really good camp. Getting away, training with the boys overseas, obviously gives a good feel about changing up your training, and can get a bit stale when you're doing the same thing week to week. So there's that aspect. But I think takeaways is just the way they prepare their body a little bit more, and different ways of starting our warm-ups and stuff like that. I won't go into specifics, but it's like more so their movement prep, pre-game and pre-sessions, and then obviously just their speed and power stuff is what we really worked on. Yep. That's more of a strength of my game, so I felt like just learning little niches in those parts will go a long way in my game and helping to close gaps and change direction quick to cut leads and those type of things. So. But yeah, no, it was a really good camp, and boys enjoyed it.
Are you still doing some of the stuff that you might have taught over there? Or have they incorporated that into some of your programming?
Yeah, so a lot of the warm-up stuff boys still do, and we have incorporated that into how we get going. And then obviously now we're into more of game-like stuff, but we were doing some speed tactics and a bit of change of direction stuff too. But we're starting to get to the pointy end now, so... things are more focused on that side of.
Definitely. A few other faces in the sort of coaching department as well around the club, David Rath and Ben Robbins. Do you have a lot to do with them, and what's their influence been like on you?
Rathy's been like around training a fair bit. He's obviously a specialist in his role of kicking and designing drills to help challenge us, and it's been really good. Boys are getting a lot out of his services, and there's a fair few boys who do a lot of one-on-one stuff with him, which is really good.
Are you one of them?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
No, I'm not. But there is a fair few boys doing extra kicking and whatnot with him.
Who are some of those guys?
Yasadis, Darcy Parish has been doing a lot of that stuff too. And they just do the range kicking. And Jake Kelly's been doing a fair bit of it. They just do a range of different kicks and just looking at their technique and stuff like that. But he's also really good at designing specific drills for us to get better and making us think outside the box in certain things. So he does have a fair bit to do at training. And then Benny Robbins has been great for the boys so far, and he brings more of a realistic approach, and he feels like someone who is relatable because he has played football before and gets the rigours of elite sports. So he's been super for the boys.
Nice. Brad Scott, how's his influence for you? You've obviously had quite a few coaches now over your journey. How's he compared to the other guys?
I think he's just, I'd say this to people, he's probably a lot more demanding in regards to keeping us accountable to what we expect as a team. Yep. I think we've got a fair few non-negotiables, and he's hard when we're obviously not doing those things. But it's obviously going to hold us in good stead and keep us aligned to what we want to get done. So,
can you share any of those non-negotiables? Is there one or two you can share?
Yeah, it's just more so of like our consistency of effort and chase pressure and those things, which is just non-negotiables of the game, really. So if we can't do those things, we're obviously not going to play. And but he's been great so far, and boys are really taking a step forward with his game plan this year, and another pre-season under our belt. And should see some improvements.
Nice. Off the field, mate, you're a keen gamer, as I've seen. You've got your little gaming channel. How did that all come about?
Honestly, I've obviously enjoyed playing games my whole life, and I use it as a bit of a breakaway from football and just in general life. I don't really watch too much TV and things like that. I'd rather go sit online and play some games and take my mind off things there. So I thought I play enough. I might as well try and make something of it and try and create a bit of a community and have a bit of fun whilst doing it. So I get a few of the boys online, get a few of the boys on stream. So have a bit of fun and engage with the fans.
What are you playing at the moment?
At the moment, I've been playing a fair bit of Call of Duty. Just a bit of rank play with my mates. So it gets pretty competitive, that sort of stuff. So I don't really like playing games unless it's competitive.
Okay.
Because I'm naturally super competitive.
Right,
so
okay.
I can't really play the passive games.
Right,
and
the story games.
As much. I play them, but I get over them very quick.
Okay.
Whereas anything competitive, it gets the juices going, and you know.
Would you say, do you rage harder when you die in game or when you have a goal kicked on you? When do you skits it more?
Probably when I die, but I still not happy getting goals kicked on me. Obviously.
Okay. I think the fans want to hear. I think the fans want to hear that it's on the field, but I get it. I know it's like to die in a video game. I do it all the time.
Probably when a free kick's called against me.
Okay.
And I don't think it's a free kick. That's probably the worst one for me. And I think it's a bit soft, but.
Or your teammate costs you the game online,
Yeah, correct. That's it.
That's good. We'll wrap up with a couple of rapid-fire questions, mate. Your favourite interstate ground?
Adelaide Oval.
Favourite player when you were a kid?
James Hird.
International athlete you admire the most?
LeBron or McGregor.
Best person to be seated next to on an interstate trip?
Jakey Stringer.
Worst person to be seated next to on an interstate trip?
Mason Redman.
Drop punt or torp?
Drop punt.
If you could change one rule in the AFL, what would it be?
Push in the back.
Yep. Just get rid of it. Yeah. Just get rid of it.
Push in the back. Let me push in the back.
Okay, that's
That'd
good.
Be nice.
That's good. Yeah. Hindy said get rid of the bounce rule, and I said, well, that makes sense for you, Nick. So.
Yeah, no bouncing for Nick.
All right, push in the back. I don't mind it. Jayden, very generous with your time. Thank you for coming by, and all the best.
No worries.
Good luck for round one.
Thank you. Cheers.